Viewers, I don't ever speak without first checking the facts, ascertaining them. Though I can't tell you who lit the fires in Delhi, I can say with some amount of certainty and authority that scholars and students who have put their life and blood into securing a place in a prestigious university, who are aware that their parents have put all their faith in them, don't want to throw their futures away by turning into arsonists overnight. I can tell you, when there is so much riding on young shoulders, they don't risk jail by mixing a dangerous brew of Molotov cocktails to attack police officers. Students will not hoard stones for days to bleed authority. Unfortunately, hard-working students of some universities, like Jamia and the Aligarh Muslim University, have been lured into becoming part of a larger political turf war. They have been used as pawns to make a point, a political point. Today, times now return to the epicenter of the violence in these two institutions. It was not easy going back, viewers. It was not easy. It wasn't easy simply because there is so much residual hostility. People have come and brainwashed some of these students from outside. And they have made them think that their future, that they're working so hard to secure, is in jeopardy in secular India. Now, in both places, our reporters gathered video evidence and spoke to eyewitnesses who have clearly implicated outsiders for the arson and mayhem. Now, Padmaja Joshi was there about half an hour back, and she sent us this report, which we have packaged together, viewers, for you to watch. This is from Jamia. She's still there. Students had formed a human chain, not to keep out the police, not to keep out the law, but to keep out the outsiders who took advantage of their peaceful protest, which didn't just begin yesterday, viewers. It began 72 hours before that, and it was peaceful. So Sunday was an aberration. Someone came. Someone did something which they are now paying for. The students, that is, caught in the crossfire. Here is Padmaja Joshi's report that she sent to us a little while ago. Watch this, viewers.
It's an open campus where you have these, these facilities on either side, the library, the girls' hostel, the classrooms, etc. And the main road passes right through the middle. Now, yesterday, it was this road where the police was pushing the protesters back, and they claim that it is along this road that they suddenly were faced with stone pelting, which was coming from both sides. So from this side and that side. And then they entered the campus from gate number 7. Now there are a huge bunch of locals who are not Jamia students who are trying to make their way back towards the main road, Mathura Road, which is pretty much the route that they took yesterday and which resulted in those violent clashes. Jamia students have now formed a human chain right across, because if you see beyond this human chain at gate number 7, you've got a massive crowd of people who every Jamia student here says is not a student. They are people who are largely drawn from the locality around Jamia. There are people, there are some students over here with us. जो यहाँ पे लोग दिख रहे हैं, जो ये उधर protest कर रहे हैं, क्या ये students हैं?
Most of them are not the students.
Why have you made this human chain?
Because so that these people are trying to go towards the police, towards the Mathura Road, towards the Juliana. So we are trying to stop them so that the thing that happened yesterday doesn't repeat itself.
Now you've got a situation here where there is a large number of people, not so many of them students, most of them who've come from the outside, some of them who are here from Jamia Nagar. and they seem to want to get out of this area and advance towards where the police barricades are. What also must be noted that here at Jamia there is an effort by some people, by some sections, this is not all Jamia students, trying to march towards India Gate. They feel that they also now want to march out of the campus towards central Delhi, of course, and before they even reach the police barricades itself, you've got the students of Jamia stopping them here. आप student है कोई यहाँ पे Jamia का? Student है? आप student है Jamia के? आप बताइए, आप कल थे वहाँ पर? जी मैं वहाँ। ये मैं आपसे बिल्कुल सीधा सवाल पूछने वाली हूँ, क्या ये राजनीति की वजह से ये सब हो रहा है? फ्राइडे को प्रोटेस्ट होता है, सैटरडे को प्रोटेस्ट होता है, सब कुछ शांति से गुजर जाता है, संडे को इस तरीके से क्यों भड़क?
ये पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट था, ठीक है। हमारे जो टीचर एसोसिएशन है उन्होंने शुरुआत करा था। कुछ स्टूडेंट जो थे वो हम बाहर आकर प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे थे, ठीक है। पुलिस को ये खबर लगी बात, ठीक है, और वो अंदर आने की कोशिश करा। उन्होंने पहले तो गार्ड को उन्होंने मारा। नहीं, पर जो पहले वहाँ मथुरा रोड के ऊपर जो वायलेंस हुआ और जो बसें जलाई गई, कोई भी स्टूडेंट नहीं था वहाँ पे। हमें उस बारे में कोई भी नॉलेज नहीं है कि वहाँ पे क्या हुआ। बसें हम लोगों में से किसी भी बंदा, कोई भी जामिया का नहीं था जो बस। तो आपका ये कहना है, एंड दैट इज रियली द सेंटिमेंट दैट मोस्ट पीपल हियर सीम टू एको, दैट there were people who infiltrated into their protest. They said that around 5:30 their protest was over. There were others, 5:30 तक खत्म हो गया था ना, that others infiltrated their protest, and that's when the cycle of violence started. Let me now take you across to the other side and show you what is the importance of this place. This place right now littered with with a lot of cans, bottles, etc., because people have just been standing here all day. This is where the police says yesterday there was a fair bit of stone pelting as well, and these were the objects, these were the stones, pieces of broken pavement that was chucked at them. So this is the allegation that has been made by the police. What's very important is that the university administration has said everyone who is in the Jamia area is not from Jamia Millia Islamia. They are not college students just because they happen to be in the general area of Jamia. So the real challenge is to identify people who came in and started the violence.
Padmaja giving us that update just a short while back. Now, if you want more visual evidence that links outsiders, viewers, to the mayhem, here it is. Times Now has accessed a video which tells you how methodically groups, mobs showed up. Nothing to do with any of the students. They showed up, they did all of this. Some of them snuck back into Jamia, threw stones from within Jamia to bait the police, to lure them in, so that there would be a confrontation, which would lead to the mayhem we witnessed, in which students would be targeted. They always wanted this. They wanted the students to be targeted, viewers, to become collateral. And they succeeded. It was all planned. Watch this video.
हो गया सॉरी अगला सरकार की गाड़ी दिखे तो नहीं आसमान तक पहुंचने नहीं है, आसमान तक भारत सरकार की गाड़ी दिखे, भारत सरकार की गाड़ी की गाड़ी में आनी चाहिए और करो
filthy, expletive-ridden video of vandalism. Who were these individuals? Diabolical individuals. Were they fronting for some political party? Were they spontaneous crowds that gathered to bait the police deliberately so that there would be a problem? The campus is just not even a kilometer from here, viewers. Now, here are some eyewitnesses. There are several who we spoke to. Here's a voice who saw the truth. Listen to him.
आई थिंक मोर देन 3-4 डजन बच्चे ऑलरेडी जो है पुलिस में रात गुजारे हैं और इन्होंने रात में धरने प्रदर्शन किए हैं। बच्चे बिल्कुल इनोसेंट थे, इनकी कोई धरना, इनका प्रदर्शन बिल्कुल पीसफुल था। सम आउटसाइडर क्रिएटेड प्रॉब्लम, पुलिस इज नॉट एबल टू मैनेज दिस प्रॉब्लम, दैट्स व्हाई दिस थिंग्स हैपेंड।
Some outsiders created problems. There are several such eyewitness accounts which go into excruciating detail, viewers. I wish I had the time to bring them all out for you. We are getting more breaking news coming in. Kalindi Kunj, more protests now in Kalindi Kunj area of the Union capital. Fresh protests have broken out in Delhi. Locals now protesting in Delhi's Kalindi Kunj, as I'm telling you. These are some of the pictures that are coming out for your benefit. We want justice, withdraw CAB, NRC. We are being told that some of these protesters who have gathered here are members of certain political parties, student unions of political parties. Vajiullah also here with us. Vajiullah, quick update from you, very quick.
Like a mixed bag of people who have gathered here at Kalindi Kunj. This is the entire stretch. As we know that the students and the people who are protesting at Jamia Millia University have been told to leave the place. So I think this is the after effect of those people who have went walking, because it's the same route to reach Kalindi Kunj, and these are the same people or people from Kalindi Kunj who have joined. It is a mixed bag of, like you've said, politicians, activists, organizations and local people. So this is what's happening at Kalindi Kunj in Delhi, and these are fresh protests that's happening right now as we speak.
Thank you. Okay, well, Vajiullah, thanks very much for giving us that update. We'll come back to you. I just want to make it very, very clear. This is not to say that the police haven't been baited into unleashing unwarranted force. Sadly, innocent students who were protesting peacefully suddenly found themselves caught in the crossfire. And this is what some of them told us, viewers.
ये मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ घर था मेरा। घर पे आके रात में हम सबको जान के लिए भागने में मजबूर कर दिया। मैं रात भर भागी थी। रात भर हम कहीं और थे। आज सुबह हम आए हैं। यूनिवर्सिटी की ऐसी हालत देखिए, जहाँ सुबह आज एग्जाम देने वाले थे हम। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की पढ़ाई कर रहे थे।
Well, I was in library. I was reading, and then Delhi police suddenly came and stormed the library, and they beaten us mercilessly, and they let me die. और तब तक मारते रहे जब तक मैं बेहोश नहीं हो गया। जब
There you heard them, viewers. That was unfortunately the collateral. Police came in. They couldn't tell who were the outsiders, who were the students. Now, Jamia says that they didn't take permission to enter the college. The police say, did the miscreants who infiltrated into the college take permission to enter the college? Remember, there were stones being pelted from within the university campus, university bounds. So a lot of crosstalk, but unfortunately, viewers, it's the students that have borne the brunt. And today, political parties have very quickly swooped in like vultures to pick at the wounds, to politicize all of this. And we have seen the kind of drama that has taken place after these unfortunate events that have been triggered by individuals who want to divide Indians, who want to turn this communal. And I want to open this out. We're going to be going across to our reporters also in just a few moments, both Prashant and our other reporter Tamal waiting for us. We will go out. I just want to take a couple of opening remarks from some of our viewers, and I'll come straight back to you, Tamal and Prashant. I want to begin by asking Dr. Anand Ranganathan a very simple and straightforward question. Dr. Ranganathan, do scholars and students who have spent years trying to make a future give up everything in a flash of madness to resort to this sort of professional violence on an epic, organized scale? I don't think so. I want to ask you tonight, are individuals today using students as cannon fodder to fan the fires of fear?
Yeah, good evening, Rahul. Thanks very much for having me. You're absolutely right. You know, these protests are as politically and religiously motivated as Jinnah's Direct Action Day speech was, wherein he thundered, "We will either have a divided India or a destroyed India." It's a violent show of strength amidst anti-Hindu and pro-Islam exhortations. Rule of law doesn't matter because to them it is man-made. You know, it took 6 years, but hatred for Modi has finally transmogrified into hatred for a plural, non-appeasing India. An India that wants to give respite to persecuted minorities from persecuting Islamic nations. This despite the fact that the CPIM demanded the exact same thing in 2012, and so did the Congress in 2015, that Bangladeshi minorities, i.e. specifically non-Muslims, be given Indian citizenship. But that doesn't matter because they demanded it from the UPA. And it is the NDA that has delivered. This is hypocrisy of the worst kind. And it is dangerous because the religious undercurrent of this protest is openly being encouraged and incited in Bengal and Delhi, with, I must add, tacit approval from a large section, unfortunately, of the media. This time, Rahul, the messenger is shooting. They want to prove as correct what Karl Marx said, that Islam reduces the geography and the ethnography of people to the convenient distinction of two nations, those of the faithful and those of the infidels. Just last 20 seconds, please. Now, these guys say that the CAA is going to be used as a weapon during the NRC. I myself have expressed, as you know, reservations about the CAA-NRC combination, as I elaborated to you the other day. But this is akin to asking for the cricket bat to be banned because it can be used as a weapon. What foolishness is this? And what is their objection to the CAA? They don't have one because they were demanding the exact same thing from the UPA. That's why they are now looking for reasons to explain their own gush of poison. But who holds the tail and who the neck of Vasuki? Which way is the mandara rotating? Who will drink the halahal? Who will save our India? Who will?
It's an important question. Yes, Anand Ranganathan also faults the media. He says the messenger is also shooting. And we have seen instances of certain unverified footage going unchallenged, reported by certain stations and used as fodder to spread disinformation and misinformation, viewers. And that is really the sad part, because it is students who are today being maligned by opportunistic politicians. Varis Pathan, I want to ask you tonight, will you take responsibility for the fires that have been fanned? Raghav Chadda, I want to ask you. I want to ask the BJP. I want to ask these political parties today. Who stands the most indicted? Varis Pathan.
Well, Rahul,
I want to ask you tonight. I want to ask you, sir. Why aren't you condemning the outsiders? Why are you being selective in your condemnation tonight? Rahul. What are you trying to say? That the state, as Anand Ranganathan is saying,
Rahul,
that the Indian state, a plural, non-appeasing Indian state, should be pulled down, torn asunder? Tell me, Varis Pathan.
Rahul, violence of any kind is deplorable and condemnable. But see what the Modi and Amit Shah's fascist government has done to the country. They have thrown the entire nation into fire. Today, bus is burning. What has happened? At one side, you find the students holding books, pens and laptop in their hand. On the other side, you have the police with guns, bullets and tear gas.
No, you saw the evidence. Varis Pathan, I'm showing you video footage. Look at this. These are not students. Don't besmirch the reputation of students, Varis Pathan. Don't shoot your guns. Your misdirected volley off the shoulders of our students. Don't use them. You used them in JNU. Now you're using them here.
The students were protesting Democratically, the students have got the right to protest in a democratic way. They never indulge into violence. They never indulge into arson.
But these people were not democratic, sir. Can you not see these visuals? Are you blind? Are you blind to this? Are you blind to this? I want to ask. Are you blind to this? Are you blind to this?
They entered the masjid.
Rahul, can I respond to what Mr. Patan has said?
They beat the students.
Are you blind to this, sir? No one can condone the overreaction of the police. No one is going to condone the overreaction of the police. That will be investigated. I am asking a more specific question. By constantly fanning, sir, by constantly fanning this. No, 1 minute. You need to listen to me. You need to listen. You're playing a dangerous game, sir. Very dangerous game. I'll open this out. I'll open this out.
They were protesting to save.
I'll open this out. So next you will say that there are spontaneous agitations that took place for years altogether on the streets of Jammu and Kashmir. Shame on you. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. I want to bring in Rizwan. I want to bring in Rizwan Qaiser, Head of Department of History and Culture, Jamia Millia Islamia. Sir, do you have faith in your students, sir? 1 minute, Waris Pathan.
No.
I'm asking Mr. Qaiser. As a learned professor, you have full faith in your students. You know what happened. Tell these individuals, sir, how people came from outside, hid in the college, and used your grounds to bait the police.
No. Nobody, no outsider used Jamia's ground. The violence that took place yesterday, it took place 2 kilometers away from Jamia. Today, in the general body of Jamia Teacher Association, we have demanded magisterial inquiry or maybe judicial inquiry into, facts leading to all these developments. That's one. Number two, when students went on a march on Friday, I was part of the meeting.
Yes, sir.
I just cannot tell you the high-handed manner in which the police responded to this peaceful march. I am eyewitness to 25 to 30 tear gas shells being fired right into the campus. They were all students, 100% students.
100%.
No outsider was ever involved. We were teachers. They were students. They were research scholars and others.
Why do you think the police would have reacted that way, sir?
The media.
You're talking about Friday?
I'm talking about Friday. The print media reported the manner in which the police mishandled everything. And they were out to punish students who were very, very peaceful.
Who put them up to it, sir? Who are you talking about? Police doesn't act.
I'm talking about
with impunity.
March. Students took out.
So why did the police act with impunity? Tell me.
I think that the police always acts with impunity.
Impunity. Why? Why? Is it because, sir, they are put up to it? What are you suggesting?
There are 1,000 examples where police have acted
examples.
with
Okay, let me bring in Mr. Gaurav Bhatia.
A student of JNU who was beaten up.
Which photograph?
This photograph is of Head Constable Maqsool Ahmed. He's admitted in ICU with severe head injuries. He was injured.
What is this photograph? It shows nothing. It looks like a sketch.
Are you serious, sir? It's a black and white photograph.
It's a photograph.
Can
you show it?
Anyway,
can
I come in?
1 second.
Where is this come from?
Gaurav, just give me 20 seconds to make 2 or 3 points.
Yes.
This is the photograph of Maqsool Ahmed, Head Constable of Delhi Police, who was injured yesterday and is admitted in ICU. You can confirm it. About 35 policemen were attacked and injured yesterday.
Maqsool Ahmed?
Maqsool Ahmed, yes.
Admitted where, sir?
I'll tell you the exact hospital, but right now I just have the photograph. I did not know. You'll ask me the details. I'll remove it on Twitter and I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
But here the point is this, that yesterday a news channel has reported that there were bottles of petrol bombs being thrown from within the other side of the gate of Jamia, including stones being pelted. This was shown on India TV. I didn't want to take the name. Apart from
those are the visuals.
Yeah.
Those are the visuals.
Yeah. No, apart from that,
those are the Molotov cocktails. There they come, straight across from inside the cab. There they are. There you can see it.
You can see
all,
it, right?
All very clearly seen and visible.
Clearly, now if you see Padmaja's report also, the reason why these students are forming the human chain is because they know that the outsiders came and hijacked this protest and it was a politically motivated and pre-planned thing.
So your students are not lying.
What is the problem?
They are saying that those protests were hijacked.
The problem is twofold. People like Rizwan Qaiser and the Aam Aadmi Party, instead of condemning these outsiders, give them cover fire. Mr. Manish Sisodia, Deputy Chief Minister...
This is unacceptable.
1 second, sir. Let him finish. You said let him finish. He's now finishing.
Let me just complete one last one.
Okay, you cannot finish it. the cost of...
He
One
cannot
minute.
finish at
One
the
second.
cost of accusation. I'm
But
telling
let me
you.
ask you. Let me ask you. Okay, one second. Let me finish. Okay, he's talking about the deputy chief minister. He'll come back to you.
He cannot. He can make his own point.
Okay, I'm taking your name out of it.
Begin
The
by
Deputy
accusing
Chief
anybody.
Minister, a man sitting on a constitutional post, said that the Delhi police set fire to a bus. There is considerable evidence, video evidence, and other evidence now to suggest that this was not the case. They were dousing the fire, and there are journalists like Omar Ahmed, journalists with verified accounts saying Indian government is killing students in the capital.
Look,
isn't this fake news helping the real people who are guilty for it? I agree that police overacted.
As Dr. Anand Ranganathan said, that there are some elements in the media that are also pulling the trigger of fakery.
Absolutely.
That's what he said. And I'm not going to name any of these people. They know who they are. But I want to come out to you. Rizwan bhai, you heard some of your students saying that we have formed a human chain. We are done with all these outsiders. We don't want them to come in.
Yeah, this is today. I'm talking
This is
about
yesterday.
Friday.
They're talking about yesterday. Yesterday. Are you saying that there were no outsiders?
No. Say for instance...
That people from inside, your students were throwing stones from inside. There are videos of it, sir. Please, there is evidence. Molotov cocktails are coming out of the gates.
My request is let all such evidence be part of a judicial inquiry to establish.
Who did it?
The people indulging in violence.
Let me bring it.
Jamia students or outsiders.
Let me give in Mr. Bhatia and the Aam Aadmi Party. 1 minute.
Hindustan Times report, Maqsool Ahmed has been admitted in hospital in ICU. This is a Hindustan Times report.
Why don't you also tell that the students were pulled out from Holy Family Hospital and taken to police station? You are giving only one side.
Sir, no one is here today condoning the police. No one is condoning the police. One second, sir.
The police escort.
1 minute. I want 1 second, gentlemen, please. Let's not lose ourselves. Let's not lose ourselves and speak over each other. 1 minute.
Free accusation.
I understand. Gaurav Bhatia, I want to bring you
like a politician.
National spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Gaurav Bhatia, there are elements from within your political party who have come out and said don't support. And they have said so. And you can see it. There are people who are speaking in a communal tone, sir, about these protests. Amit Malviya's tweet is for everyone to read. How do you defend this, sir? How do you defend it?
Okay. So, Rahul, I'll come to what Amit Malviya has tweeted, but let me first begin by saying what has the highest constitutional authority said today about this violent protest. The Prime Minister of the country appealed to every Indian that even if you have to protest, you have to maintain peace. And you cannot turn violent. What did the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Bobde, say? When certain petitioners mentioned the matter before him, he said that violence is condemnable and I will only hear the matter once there is peace. Now let's come to the Constitution. These people, not one protester can tell you how they are affected by the CAA that has been passed now. Because
no, Mr. Dhiman is here.
Enabling provision.
Sunny Dhiman, protester is here.
Non-citizens.
He'll tell you how he thinks he's being affected by the CAA.
Can I just complete?
Make your point, sir, because there is a charge today that you unleashed the police. You have deliberately done it in JNU, you've done it now in Jamia. You need to answer those questions, sir.
I'm happy that
and in both sides you have used communal language to tag the protesters.
Somebody is here.
That's the charge. You need to answer.
Can I just complete my point, Rahul?
Sure.
I have 2-3 points to make.
Sure.
If you will allow me to.
Sure.
Please. Yes. Now the second point is, let's not demonize the police, because I have also been participating in many debates and it is evident that there was a violent protest, and as Shehzad said, one police officer is actually in the ICU, 30 are injured and 2 police officers, SHOs, have suffered a fracture. Now it is for the police to investigate and there could be a magisterial inquiry also. But the point here is, who is politicizing the issue? Did you see Priyanka Vadra Gandhi today doing a token fasting protest where she wouldn't even know the difference between the CAA, the CAB and the NRC? It's like Rahul Gandhi doing a Chola Bhatura fast where he comes for 3 hours and then he goes back. My third point is, why is the spirit of the Constitution not being followed? For the reason first, the matter is now with the Supreme Court.
Let the Supreme Court decide
whether it is a constitutional amendment or not. Second, nobody has the right to protest
quick rejoinders.
using violence.
Three quick rejoinders. You are talking about constitutional standard.
One second. Let him finish, sir. Let him finish. 1 second.
I will wait. But I don't want this kind of a debate.
Okay, let me tell you what the Supreme Court Chief Justice said. Students can't take law into their hands, he said. Public property is being destroyed, he says. And if you are not going to end the violence, there will be no hearing. Court is not going to be bullied like this. This is the Chief Justice of India laying the blame squarely at the door of the students' fraternity and the outsiders or the other elements. And now, Mr. Dhiman, let me ask you. 1 minute, 1 minute, Mr. Bhatia. You haven't got to the answer that I'm expecting to hear from you. Are you putting the police out there to disrupt? Are you putting the police out there to terrorize?
If you give me enough time, I will definitely...
Sir, I don't have 45 minutes on this show. This show is not for the BJP alone. There's 7 other people are on this show. Make your point. If you can get to it quickly, please.
I got 2 minutes.
I'm asking you the question. Are you using the police force, sir?
Yes.
To terrorize protesters?
Yes.
Quash people? That's the question I'm asking. You need to respond.
Okay.
This is nothing less than a terrorist act.
Rahul, it is the responsibility of the Home Ministry also to ensure that life of every citizen is protected. Do you know when innocent citizens were in their cars, there were stones pelted at their car, windscreen broken, they were laid in the car.
No, this is a fact. No, let him speak, sir. Let him speak. Let him speak, sir. Let him speak. No, he's not. He's saying that the police has to step in when ordinary folk are in the line of hooliganism and vandalism, and we are seeing it. I want to show that video. No, 1 minute. I want to show that video. Now you have to answer. Show that video. Show that video. Now I want to ask you. 1 second. Mr. Dhiman, I want to ask you this question. 1 second. I will. 1 minute, Mr. Dhiman, you need to answer. Are those JNU? Are they Jamia or JNU students? I'm asking you this question. Are they? Yes, no. 1 minute. Mr. Dhiman, answer.
Please.
Answer. Answer me.
What question?
Answer me. Are they students?
First of all,
are there students from responsible universities? Yes, no.
It is my belief that nobody from Jamia Millia University, nobody from JNU, nobody from any other university did any violent protest. First of all.
That is exactly my point. That is my point. So who are these people, sir? Who are these people?
It might be from other parties.
It might be BJP.
Those who want to demonize.
It might be BJP.
Those who want to demonize.
Okay, someone is coming in and saying it is Aam Aadmi Party. How are you saying it's Aam Aadmi Party? Wait a minute. Mr. Dhiman, you are not calling a spade a spade. You say these are not students, then who are they?
I agree with Sunny Dhiman. 1 second, Sunny. I agree with you. It's not the
1 minute. Listen to him. Listen to him. Listen to him, sir.
It was
listen to him.
That Delhi police entered library.
1 minute, sir. Calm down.
They have beaten students in the library.
Calm down.
They have used.
1 minute.
I am agreeing with you. Open your ears.
1 second, please, Mr. Dhiman. Mr. Dhiman, give me 10 seconds. I can't conduct a debate where everyone is shouting over each other. I'll have to lower your fader, sir. Don't allow me to do this. I don't want to muzzle the voice of honesty. 1 minute.
Is it allowed to beat students in their library?
No one is justifying that, Mr. Dhiman. No one is justifying that. Please.
Party to get off the book, and he's doing this service to the student community.
1 second. 1 second. Get to your point.
Getting to my point.
What's the point?
The point is, here is a speech by Amanatullah Khan. I have the video, but I'm giving you the text of the speech. कल से दाढ़ी टोपी वाले के लिए घूमना मुश्किल हो जाएगा, बुर्का पहनना मुश्किल हो जाएगा, सीएबी आज आ गया है, कल मस्जिदों से अजान होनी बंद हो जाएगी, माइक निकाल दिया जाएगा, दाढ़ी टोपी वालों को घूमने नहीं दिया जाएगा।
मिस्टर धीमन 1 मिनट।
परसों बुरखे वाली को जाने के लिए मना कर देंगे। मोदी और शाह को लगा 370 के बाद हमारी खामोशी हमारी बुज़दिली है।
राघव चड्ढा of the Aam Aadmi Party is here.
This is Amanatullah Khan yesterday.
What was your MLA doing there, sir? Saying these things. Tell me. Should he have been saying these things?
So Rahul, I've been very patiently waiting for the last 30 minutes for an opportunity to place my points. Now, first of all, Mr. Amanatullah Khan, the MLA of the Aam Aadmi Party, whose name is being unnecessarily dragged into this controversy, was addressing a peaceful Jan Sabha in another corner of his constituency in the presence of police personnel. He has absolutely nothing to do with these protests. Certain state leaders of the BJP made statements alleging that Mr. Amanatullah Khan was present at the site of violence, or he was orchestrating that act of violence. Mr. Amanatullah Khan, and evidence bears this, that Mr. Khan was at a separate location in the presence of police personnel addressing a peaceful Jan Sabha. That's one. So it exposes the lies of the BJP. Number two, the Aam Aadmi Party maintains that every citizen of this country has a right to protest, but the protest must be peaceful, and we condemn all and every act of violence.
Sir,
but
you haven't answered the question
of Delhi today, and what we see
Mr. Amanatullah Khan
is an attempt by the
has
BJP
used
to
deeply
communalize the
regressive,
environment.
deeply colored communal language. Please explain this. Whether it was 1 kilometer away, 10 kilometers away, why was he using communal language? Why?
Well, first of all, I will respond. May I just finish my
Please.
point? May I just finish my point?
Please.
You see, first of all, let us first identify what accusation you have against the Aam Aadmi Party. Previously, you were accusing us of orchestrating this. Now you are acknowledging that yes, you were not orchestrating this, but some member of your party made some statement which you don't like. Now I cannot come here on your channel and defend every allegation, baseless, malicious, malafide allegation.
1 minute, let him finish, sir. आप आम आदमी पार्टी के क्या हैं? वो है ना जो
on your show on a daily basis make. I am saying, Rahul, just please do not verbal heckle me. Just let me make my point.
No, I'm not verbal heckling you. I'm telling others to keep quiet to allow you to give an opportunity to clarify your point.
The Bharatiya Janata Party
yes, go ahead.
Very well knows that the BJP is about to lose the upcoming Delhi Assembly elections. They have tried every trick in the book. They have the last resort that the BJP always comes down to in states where they're almost certain to lose an election is to communalize. What they're trying to do is polarize the society on religious lines. The BJP is making absolutely communal statements. Press conference after press conference.
Okay, 1 minute. I want to make a couple of things very clear, viewers. Okay, 1 second.
And
I want to make some things very clear.
A judicial and
there are political parties that are fishing in troubled waters. No one gets a clean chit on this show. Nobody, no political party, not even the MIM. And I can go straight across to Tamal, who joins me on this broadcast. Tamal, even in Bengal, the MIM is putting out posters asking individuals, students, etc., from various colleges to show up and protest with them. And Mr. Varis Pathan, we'll have Tamal with us in 30 seconds. But you are putting up these posters?
Mr. Rahul Shivshankar,
how dare you do this, sir? And you are pulling... No, these are the notes, sir, and they're there on air. These are here on air. You can see those notes.
Don't spread lies and canards, Mr. Rahul Shivshankar.
Then what are these?
We will protest in a democratic way.
What are these, sir?
The Constitution has given us a right to protest.
No,
yes,
but you have no right, sir, to influence ordinary students, draw them in, poison their minds. Tamal joins us. Tamal Saha, I want you to come in on this. You are being challenged. 1 minute, sir. MIM is being accused. 1 minute. 1 minute. Mr. Dhiman, please don't shout over me. Please, I'm speaking to my reporter. Please. Please.
Me at least 5-10 seconds.
You have come late. I will allow you. Give me 5 minutes.
I came so
Tamal, I want to ask you a question tonight. The MIM says we are not doing anything untoward. These are not our posters. You're spreading fake news. Respond to them on the show tonight.
Well, Rahul, first of all, AIMIM has to clarify why are they popularizing an organization called Popular Front of India. Now, Popular Front of India, they are distributing pamphlets. They are distributing handwritten notes. And what we have picked up from our state intelligence sources, that these distribution work is being carried out by AIMIM workers on the ground. And these pamphlets, handwritten notes have been very discreetly distributed to rural people, asking them to come out and protest against Citizenship Amendment Bill, which is now an act. So if AIMIM is saying that they are not not into disrupting peace, and they are not trying to create unrest. First of all, they need to first clarify why are they propagating an organization called Popular Front, and this Popular Front, what we have picked up from our sources, is a frontal organization which is being used by AIMIM, and this frontal organization is also trying to spread.
Protesting in Maharashtra everywhere. We are against violence of any kind.
Protesting in democratic way is one thing, but when there is violence breaking out, when there is violence breaking out, and when there are protesters pelting stones at police and reporters, then it becomes a concern. When protesters are setting buses and trains ablaze, it becomes a concern.
No, it's all related, sir. Nothing is getting mixed up. Let me come back in 1 minute. Nothing is getting mixed up. You have a very clever orchestrated campaign by political parties all across the country. Even Priyanka Gandhi today jumps into this. The Congress has jumped into this. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Make my point.
That is a legitimate question, sir. 1 minute. That is a legitimate question. I just want to make a small point. 1 second, Mr. Dhiman. 1 second. In Assam, viewers, and this is very, very important. In Assam, this particular agitation has a very legitimate reason. It has a very legitimate reason. The BJP is not. 1 second, sir. Assam is India.
Listen,
I don't know which cuckoo land are you living
listen.
in. Mr. Dhiman, you need to answer me. You need to answer. Who do you represent? Who do you represent? Who do you represent?
31,313.
Who do you represent, sir? Who do you represent?
Who will get benefit out of this CAA Act?
Who do you represent?
This is the report of Home Ministry. This is the
Who do you represent?
IB.
Who do you represent?
Just 31,000 people you have done. Let me tell you,
Congressman from JNU.
Rahul.
Congressman from JNU.
Indian history says there
the
is
same
no
political party that shared a stage with the likes of.
Politics.
No, 1 second. The same political party. Yes, Jagdish Titler was at the protest. Let me bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, 1 minute. Listen, sir.
Because it is against Indian Constitution. It is against the soul of Indian Constitution. It is against Article 14 of Indian Constitution. It is against basic structure of Indian Constitution. That's why it affects me. I'm not a Muslim. Neither am I Assamese, but it affects me because it attacks my constitution. It attacks the soul of Indian Constitution. That is why we have to be there.
Attack me. Stop it.
It attacks
Stop
me.
using us as a foreign
No.
We are not your
Let me tell you.
Please stop it.
Shehzad,
Please stop it. No wonder Muslims don't vote for you anymore. Because you are a liar. You use us for your politics. You use Jagdish Titler for protest. I mean, how stupid are you all?
Just this much of people will get benefit out of the CCA.
You know what your slogan is?
And why you are
Hindus se azadi chahiye.
You have terrorized Indian Muslims. You have terrorized these people.
This is what they slogan is in Jamia. Hindus se azadi. Chhin ke lenge azadi. Led ke lenge azadi.
1 minute. You take an objection to what he is also saying. How dare he speak on your behalf? How dare he speak on your behalf? Sorry, stop this. 1 minute.
Just to cover up
1 minute. Dhiman, I'm going to throw you off this. I'm going to throw you off this show. Counting 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep quiet. Otherwise, you're off. You have so much to say. You have so much to say. Go to court. Keep quiet. Now I am going across to Dr. Anand. I'm counting till 5. I will throw you out.
Where
1,
people are coming and
2,
shouting.
1 second. 3, 4, 5. Silence. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I want to come in right here. Let's be honest tonight. Let's be honest. Let's not mince our words. There is a group today, and I don't want to tell you the hashtag that is trending today. It's so objectionable, that are using a community for advocacy of their political interest. I'm absolutely shocked at this. I don't want to mention the hashtag. It would be irresponsible for me to say this. But you know what is going on. What do you make of this, sir?
Yes, no, Rahul, it is absolutely detestable. But with your permission, because I think time is less. So can I please ask 2 questions, one to my good friend Mr. Waris Pathan, and the other to Mr. Raghav Chadha. And it's a straight yes and no answer, so I hope they give it. To Mr. Raghav Chadha first, Mr. Manish Sisodia blamed the police for setting the bus on fire. This was later denied and also fact-checked to be completely untrue. Should Mr. Manish Sisodia at least apologize? And the question to Mr. Waris Pathan is, as AIMIM, as Mr. Waris Pathan you claim, wants to protect the minorities, the persecuted minorities from Pakistan when they come to India.
Give me an opportunity to
so
respond.
a straight question to you, sir. Are the Ahmadiyas, in your opinion, Muslim?
Okay, first, Raghav Chadda responds, sir. The report that was tweeted by Mr. Sisodia has turned out to be wrong. Please explain, sir.
Yeah. Well, Rahul, yes. So Rahul, there are two views to the event. One view is that the police personnel were involved in vandalizing incident as well as burning of that bus, and the other view is that they are not. Now that is a matter of an independent investigation. I, in my previous comment, did very clearly say, I don't know whether you heard that or not, which is that an independent judicial inquiry in the matter is of utmost importance and is needed, so that those who were behind this entire violent incident also need to be identified, and whether the police personnel did their duty or whether they sort of violated this unwritten law of entering into the campus and assaulting innocent students. All these things, including the claims of Mr. Manish Sisodia, need to be looked into by an independent judicial inquiry, and it's post that inquiry that people like you and I can comment on it. We have every reason to believe that the Bharatiya Janata Party is very systematically orchestrating these events, these acts of violence in different parts of the city. They very well
that
know
is a convenient, that is one convenient way of explaining.
Trick that is left for them to implement, which is
okay, 1 minute, let me listen. Mr. Deeman, please.
Vitiate the environment
I'm counting,
and polarize the electorate.
Rahul,
as simple as that. In the last election,
okay, so this is orchestrated. Says Mr. Chadda says it's orchestrated. There is going to be an inquiry. They are refusing to say we jumped the gun. Mr. Bhatia, respond.
Rahul, may I just, Rahul, just give me 15 seconds.
Now I just wish to respond, and I am sure that I have extended the same courtesy of not being interrupted.
Where you and I
did not interrupt anyone. So when Mr. Raghav Chadda says there are two views possible, and therefore there should be a magisterial inquiry, can I make my point, please? Mr. Raghav Chadda, show some patience, please.
1 second. Gentlemen, 1 second.
Show some patience.
Let's not speak over each other, gentlemen. 1 second, please.
On the BJP.
Calm down. Please. 1 second. So, Mr. Raghav Chadda, 1 second. Let me just clarify a couple of things. Mr. Raghav Chadda, you're saying that there are two versions. The Deputy Chief Minister is going by one particular version of facts. They will be ascertained. There's going to be a magisterial probe, and that will bring out the truth. Till then, you don't owe anyone in any way a core agenda.
Probe. We demand a judicial inquiry.
You demand a judicial inquiry.
Can I respond to that?
Okay, you support. But sir, let's be honest about one thing.
One second.
Sir, Mr. Bhatia has to respond. Sure. You're within your rights, and everyone must have the truth come out. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. I want to bring in Mr. Bhatia. Mr. Bhatia, look, there are versions and there are versions. Undoubtedly
Rahul,
so.
Very quickly, Mr. Waris
you will say that some of those versions are wrong. Others will say no, they've been fact-checked and verified. They are right. Why don't we have a magisterial inquiry to go into the facts? Mr. Bhatia.
We are opposing the
1 second, Waris Pathan. Mr. Bhatia needs to respond lower his fader. Yes, go ahead.
Please ask Mr. Waris Pathan to be quiet.
He's quiet.
All the time whenever I have to speak, he'll start
quiet. Go ahead.
Can you request him to be quiet?
He's quiet. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yes. Now, Mr. Raghav Chadda makes a very interesting point, which is contradicting his own, plea. He says that, there are two versions. So I ask him, then a constitutional authority holder, Mr. Manish Sisodia, why can't he wait till the findings are out in the public and somebody is held guilty rather than pronouncing in a tweet that one is guilty and the other is not? My second point is...
I believe that version to be true.
Rahul, this is unfair.
So let him finish.
Interrupted him in between.
Mr. Chadda, I'll allow you to respond to Mr. Bhatia.
He doesn't have any special
1 second. You can respond to Mr. Bhatia, but allow him to make his point.
Be quiet, Raghav. It's okay.
Make your point. Make your point.
Yes.
Make your point. He'll respond.
My second point is, we are talking about institutions, temples of learning. Do you remember what happened in the JNU? Tukde gang and Kanhaiya Kumar.
Let him finish, sir. Let him finish. You're not anyone to decide. He has a point of view. He has to make his point of view.
Okay, and then you will give me a...
Of course, sir. We will give you, but if you allow him to finish, there won't be any time left if you keep interrupting each other. Yes, make your point.
It was
Why don't you stand here, mister, in the well of the house and speak?
The JNU matter.
Let him finish.
We were the very first people who said that those who have
Let him finish. Let him finish. He's making a point. It's a valid point according to him. Let him finish. Is this not a democracy, sir? Is this a democracy? Yes or no, Mr. Dhiman? We will. I'll come to you. But you will not have the time to make your point if you don't let him finish. Good. And we are here to listen.
Ever since Amit Shah has become the Home Minister, law and order situation in Delhi has gone for a toss.
Okay.
Raghav,
Mr. Bhatia, finish your point. Raghav Chadda replies first, then I go out to the other guests. Yes, make your point quickly, Mr. Bhatia. I have 10 seconds more. Go ahead, make your point.
Yes. Only 20 seconds. Yes, allow me 20 seconds. So my point is very simple. Kanhaiya Kumar charge sheeted, sanction not given by Arvind Kejriwal. Why? Is he standing with the Tukde gang?
Okay.
He's not with the people of our country.
Okay.
Second point is, how do we trust them? They don't have faith in the Supreme Court of the country.
Okay. Response, Mr. Chadda. Respond, sir.
Lies in plain sight.
Respond, Mr. Chadda. Respond.
How much can you lie?
Mr. Chadda now responds.
Well, first of all, Rahul, very clearly, a charge sheet has been filed. The sanction is pending with the government. It has neither been accepted nor being refused. The government is analyzing the facts of the matter and the government will arrive at a decision in the Kanhaiya Kumar matter. Number two, we were the first people to say in the JNU matter that those who have indulged in anti-Indian sloganeering, why hasn't
Gentlemen, 1 second. Let me just come straight in. I want to come straight in. This is very important. Lower everyone's faders. I want to come out to these gentlemen here on my left. 1 minute. Very quickly. 1 second, Mr. Dhiman, don't speak over me. 1 second. Look, political parties have been very quick on the trigger, viewers. Unverified videos have been doing the rounds. It's a different matter that certain media houses also pick them up and put out emotional rants by individuals who are completely speaking through the top of their hat. There are a couple of news channels, viewers, who have run sound bites of agitated protesters who have said people have been shot dead. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? What do you think the impact would have been on others? No wonder we have protests from Kanyakumari up to Kashmir.
Rahul,
1 second. I want to ask you now. Now, 1 second, Mr. Qaiser.
Yeah.
You know, you've been dancing around this for a while, and I'm going to ask you a direct question. I'm going to ask you a direct question. Do you believe, sir, that your protest has been hijacked? Yes or no?
Number one.
Be honest tonight.
Yeah, okay, I will be honest.
As Jamia's leading professor, be honest. Look into that camera and tell me.
Jamia's protest has not been hijacked by anybody.
Nobody.
Number one. No, listen to me. You will allow me 1 minute only. Let's all sitting here and elsewhere agree, let there be a judicial inquiry to ascertain facts. Okay. 3, if people indulge in violence, let them be brought to book.
Sure.
We will have, Jamia will have nothing to do with it. But I think you should also run footage of Delhi police entering library and other premises of
the campus. It is all run, sir. It is running on your screens. We have condemned the action of the Delhi police. We have played sound bites of those individuals. No, please, sir. Look at that. Look at your screens. We are putting out the footage. Sir, we have put out the footage. We have shown everything. I have condemned personally the overreaction by the police. The point is, viewers, no, the point is, balance is not just one person's prerogative. All of us need to be balanced, viewers. This is very, very important tonight. There are all sorts of allegations. Times Now is not taking a position. All we are saying is that students don't do this. There's certainly students who work. It's very tough to get into universities like Jamia, viewers. It's not easy. They are not easy universities to get into. And no student will want to jeopardize their future. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I want to come back to you. Are we today fighting shy because of certain reasons from calling a spade a spade? I want to leave it with you. You can wrap up this show.
Absolutely. And, you know, as first of all, I have to congratulate you for finding a method for keeping the JNU student quiet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably going to use it. But I have to say that this is as religious as it is political. And this is what is my fear all along. This cannot be wished away. You know, these people are asking for another division of India.
This is atrocious. Anand is talking in atrocious terms.
Okay, 1 minute.
I mean, I
okay,
can go to the extent of
well, viewers,
look at
is the CAB the provocation? Are the protests and the politics the provocation? We don't know. We don't know. There is 1 minute. The matter, luckily, the matter, 1 minute. Hindutva, don't misquote. No, don't misquote. 1 minute. I am wrapping this up. Viewers, I'm wrapping this up. I'm not going to accept any of these comments. I don't have the evidence. I'm not legitimizing any of these comments off the record. We are taking a short break. The news are coming up with Navika Kumar. I just want to make one point, viewers. The time has come. The time has come to isolate the politicians. We must isolate the politicians. There are student groups affiliated to political parties muddying the waters. There are individuals who have hijacked protests, maybe at the instance of political parties. I don't know which ones. I began by saying I don't know, but I refuse to believe that our students would be so malevolent as to, in a moment of madness, give up their careers to pursue this kind of vandalism. It must end, and the politics must end. India cannot be divided. The healing has to begin now. The government is equally responsible. The government must reach out to all parties, all quarters. I leave it at that.
And demand